search for.
They don't need to know that we have a plan this time. Man, I do have to say though that my college, you know, my college friends, they were my boy toys, and
Okay.
yeah, well, it's what we were just talking about.
No, I don't remember that.
What do you mean? We were just talking about it. How your boys and my boys in college were our boy toys.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was
super
was
happy.
Yeah. Well,
In your
amused.
pants. Amused? Yeah, amused. Well, that's what we like to do. We like to amuse everyone.
Ourselves.
Yeah, we like to amuse only ourselves.
I mean,
Nobody else. Nobody
No.
better be amused by me.
no, that's if we were just amusing ourselves, we would just hang out as friends and just look stuff up on the internet. Obviously, we never did that before we started the show.
Well,
I mean,
weird.
we kind of did.
We've done it a few times.
We would chat and maybe sometimes we would think of something and be like, oh, look that up real quick. But we never endeavored to learn things and have improvisational
adventures.
Yeah, on the way,
Yeah. This show came out of nowhere. The first time we recorded it was the first time we did it. And we just did whatever happened, and this is what happened.
Yeah, this is what happened, Ryan.
This is what happens when you don't have a plan.
You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens?
What happens, Larry?
That's from The Big Lebowski.
Yes. Another movie that I actually have seen. But I don't remember everything from it.
A little golf clap
Yes.
for Ryan.
Thanks, I have seen a movie. Congratulations.
Plus, if you hadn't seen The Big Lebowski, number
Yeah.
one, I would know by now. And number two, I would have already made you watch it by now.
I've seen it. I would watch it again. That was a good one.
I've probably seen it about, maybe a dozen times. And that's one of my very favorite movies, so you can tell that I'm not really big on rewatching movies, but that one, I'd probably seen that movie the most, either that or Freddy Got Fingered.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
The backwards man. I can walk backwards faster you can.
That movie is so bad.
It's not bad. What the fuck?
It's
How dare you?
It's good, but it's also just what is who thought of this?
Yeah, it's absurd humor.
And you're like, what's up, Tom Green?
It's not necessarily shock humor. Some of it is when he grabs a horse's big old ding dong and starts flopping around. Daddy, I'm a farmer now. Look, are you proud of me? I'm not gonna spoil the rest of the movie or anything, but
if that sounds interesting to you, go check it out.
And that's probably the most vulgar thing that happens in the movie, aside from Rip Torn licking that guy's compound fracture that's sticking out of his leg and it's all bloody. Yeah. And he gets down on his hands and knees. Yeah,
oh, God.
Fucked up.
Tell me more.
Oh boy, yeah, that's a trip of a movie. It definitely is. When you say stupid, it's it's absurd.
Yeah, it's an absurd film.
I mean, it's supposed to be stupid,
yeah, it's intentionally doing what it's doing for sure.
I mean, it's Tom Green. If you don't know who Tom Green is, then fucking grow up.
I know.
Tom Green show. I remember watching that on MTV back in the Ryan's shown his true professionalism.
Yep, it's okay. No, I never get text messages on the air.
After that interruption, I'm gonna need tasty little beverage.
Yes, I love this part. We can drink a beverage.
Love this part. Once again, I'm loading my fat body up with more sugary Coca-Cola Classic.
And I'm just drinking sparkling water.
Sparkling root beer.
sparkling root beer. Yeah, and you know what? What are we here to do, Jacob? We're
here to tell everyone to go watch the episode Sparkling Root Beer of our one of our Let's Plays. I actually forget what game it was, but I don't know.
Sparkling root beer. I've talked about root beer quite a few times.
Yeah.
On this show and on the Let's Play channel.
And Ryan likes to drink root beer that tastes like it came out of a fountain where the syrup was basically completely out. That's exactly what that shit tastes like. It's so bad.
It's so good though. It's
not good.
Somebody thought a root beer flavored carbonated water.
You're tricking yourself into believing that it's good because
I want to think it's good
because it's a healthy alternative and
we're all about health. All about health.
In some aspects.
Dude, speaking of health though, I was going to show you this earlier, but I had to go to the doctor and they put a monitor on my chest, right?
Yeah.
But to do that, and this was me living out one of my most erotic fantasies. I am in the room and they're like, "Hey Ryan, you need to go take that shirt off."
Hey, were they really that casual about it?
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, you need to go pop that shirt off.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, okay.
Did they actually call you by your first name like that?
What? No. When she said that, no.
Okay.
But they did call me by my first name. They were like, Ryan, right? Like when they bring you in and they're making sure you're the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, so I'm in the room, right?
Getting molested?
Not quite. But I'm in the room. And a nurse is like, well, we got to check your chest and we got to put a monitor on there. So they tell me that they have to shave my chest. And I'm like, okay, that sounds very...
Well, that's very nice of them for them to do it for you.
Yeah, I don't have to do it.
Because clearly you're incapable. As a adult man, you can't shave your own chest.
Yeah, no. So
Good Lord.
So the nurses will shave your chest for you. But the best part is...
She was hot?
No.
Oh.
Another nurse came in, right?
The shaving nurse?
Yeah, there was 2 nurses in the room. One shaving my chest, and the other one arguing with the one shaving my chest about who was going to fill out my paperwork. And I was like, this sure is erotic.
Oh, man.
So
yeah, right. You're probably sitting there like, fuck my life.
I was. And then it was even worse because she was just like, oh, I am doing a bad job.
Oh, my God.
And she was like, she shaved it in such like a stupid shape. And it was like such a bigger chunk than it needed to be shaved off. And I'm a hairy man. So like, I didn't fix it or anything. I might have to shave the rest of it and let it grow back.
Yeah.
But basically, she shaves it all off, and then she's like, all right, now, due to protocol,
Jesus.
I'm going to have to sand your chest 40 times. And they have to take sandpaper and, like, sand your whole chest where they shaved it to stick this thing on you.
Oh, so it has like a mechanical bond or some shit?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so, to get rid of like the little tiny bits of hair follicles left or something.
Oh,
but
Jesus.
It hurt. Like she was just like, she's like, it says I have to do it 40 times, and they just like take
says?
Yeah, they said.
Was there an instruction manual with this fucking sandpaper?
I guess there was, and she was just like,
I guess there was.
She's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna hurt a little bit, and it does hurt. They're literally sanding your skin with sandpaper, and then they put the thing on. But, it was in that moment that I just realized that going to the doctor is very erotic. Anyway, so I thought I should tell you that. But here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do the big reveal.
Live on podcast.
Right? Live on podcast. I'll go from the bottom.
Everyone use your imagination.
All right, I'm lifting the shirt up.
Yep. There. What the fuck? It looks like a shitty, like a Batman logo that a 3-year-old drew.
I know. She was all over the place with that razor.
Oh my god. So the question everyone really wants to know, Ryan, is
where is Batman?
What grit sandpaper did they use?
I don't know. It's probably about like a 220 or something.
Okay. So
it wasn't super
well, yeah, because
gritty.
I was just the first place my imagination went to was like a 60 grit sandpaper. That's basically just
my god,
asphalt scraping against your chest.
Yeah, it's like literally just a bunch of pebbles. Just
yeah, some of them are very sharp.
Yeah, and whoa, you should go to the doctor there.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Yeah, they sand you. It's good.
They sand you.
The doctor sand you. Feels pretty good. Oh. All right.
You know who won't sand you, Ryan?
Who won't sand me?
The SCP Foundation.
The SCP Foundation?
Doesn't that sound ominous?
It does, because I don't know what the acronym is.
Oh, it's Secure, Contain, Protect.
So, like a safe. You put anything, yeah. You put it in the safe, and it's safe. That's what this website is, right?
It's probably safe.
Probably.
Even though it's just
like the sounds of that.
It's an wait, how do you say that? Amalgamation?
Yeah.
It's an amalgamation of, things that all types of people contributed to this site. It's fiction.
Yeah.
It's like
it's
fiction.
A lot of things together.
There's entries from people from all over the world.
Yeah, it's like a combination pizza roll. Where it's got not only it's got the sausage, it's got the pepperoni, it's got the cheese, and it's got the sauce. It's a combination of everything in one. I got it.
Okay, yep. It's exactly like a pizza roll. Well, the Wikipedia definition of it says the SCP Foundation is a fictional organization documented by the web-based collaborative fiction project of the same name. With the website's fictional setting, the SCP Foundation is responsible for locating and containing individuals, entities, locations, and objects that violate natural law. Launched in 2008.
And it's so anything that is not natural.
Yeah, so
it shouldn't be this way.
I think it's like I feel like it's the real life manifestation of a Pokédex, but instead of having information about Pokemons on it, it's stuff like cryptids and shit, or like supernatural locations. Like I would imagine like
it's like the Secret Adventurer's Guide of the Earth.
I don't really know that much about this, which is why we're talking about it at all. But
me either. I never heard of it until today.
There's like thousands of entries on it. You could probably read this website for the rest of your life and never see all the stuff, but just a lot of random internet shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, that's such a terrible fucking movie.
It looks cool though. It looks so cool.
I think we talked about this a little bit before, but I really wish I hadn't gone back and watched it like as an adult, because boy, it does not hold up.
I have watched it as an adult too, and I think the effects look very cool.
Sucks.
But they look really cool, but in like a fake way.
Yeah, the effects are amusing.
Yes, that's what makes the movie.
But yeah, I mean, as a kid, you don't know that much about structural narrative and shit. Like,
yeah.
So it doesn't matter as much unless.
I mean, if you did know about that, no kid would like think that Pagemaster was a good movie. Like the other one where it's kind of like Never-Ending Story.
Oh, yeah.
Gets transported into a book.
Yeah. Is that Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, and he goes into like a library and it like floods, and then he gets like transported into like the comic like book world.
No, yeah, I remember the movie, but I'm thinking
it's Macaulay Culkin.
No.
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yeah. I got it. Okay.
The Cockmaster?
Yeah. Macaulay Culkin, the Cockmaster, Pagemaster. It's got to be him.
I liked that movie as a kid.
I liked it as a kid too. Look,
Oh
he's
yeah,
right
it is
there.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, he's with his big old dark red lips.
And like I remember seeing like it was referenced somewhere that I recently heard or read, and I saw that Christopher Lloyd was in it, and I'm like thinking, what, the Back to the Future guy? Like,
Is he?
yeah, it's Doc. What's his name? Doc Thompson. What the fuck is his name?
Doc Thompson.
Yeah, the doctor.
I don't know. There's a doctor in this movie?
No, Christopher Lloyd in Back to the Future.
Oh, Doc Brown.
Doc Brown, yeah.
I thought you were still talking about Pagemaster. I'm
No,
like,
but
what?
it's like-
Christopher Lloyd's not in Pagemaster.
He is. It says right
Wait,
there.
it is?
Mr. Dewey, the librarian.
Oh, there he is. Mr. Dewey.
Mr. Dewey.
His favorite role of all
Man,
time.
I want to watch the Pagemaster.
His most acclaimed role, Dewey, in the Pagemaster.
I mean, basically, Mr. Dewey is the
Alongside
Pagemaster.
Macaulay Culkin.
Is the Caulk man?
The Caulk Man.
Is
Macaulay Culkin.
is he the Pagemaster, or is the librarian the Pagemaster?
I think that the movie is like about Macaulay Culkin going on an adventure to become the Pagemaster. So like he gets transported into the book world, and then he's like,
He's the master of pages.
yeah, he's the master of pages. He has to become the master of pages to escape back into reality.
Doesn't the at one point, like near the end of the movie, there's like a giant like glowing exit sign?
Yeah, I think so. Wait,
Because I think I saw that same thing in a dream when I was a little kid.
like the actual one from Pagemaster.
Yeah.
Like you saw that image of the.
Oh
the
yeah,
exit sign?
it's like
Yeah.
on a big mountain.
Oh yeah, because they have to get there to get out of the book.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
really creepy, and I think
Oh yeah, there's like graves all around it. It's like a mansion with a skull for a door.
oh man, I actually do want to watch this again now.
Yeah, this is cool.
But I think I saw an exit sign similar to that. So I had a dream once where I was like basically in a like a never-ending labyrinth, but it was inside of my garage.
Were the walls made of like cardboard and duct tape?
What? No. It was
okay.
it was my actual garage, but
But it was a labyrinth. So
Yeah.
What were the walls made of? Just garage?
no, it was like tables, like workbenches and stuff, but it all had like random shit. Like it was it was a labyrinth, but it wasn't like one where the walls are like taller that like you could still see
It's
the
not
length
like
of the room.
Gotcha. It's not like the hedge maze from like Alice in Wonderland or anything,
No,
or the classic labyrinth.
it was more of
David Bowie.
it was more a labyrinth in the sense that there was only one way to go through the garage, and it was like weaving through
So it was like an obstacle course.
essentially.
Mm.
But you couldn't like. I mean, I guess I could have
Hoarders.
like jumped on top of the like benches to like go across the room in a beeline, but it was a dream, and there would be different things, different like objects, and one of the objects was a one of those posable artist reference like dummies,
Yeah.
like the little wooden man that it's like a ubiquitous thing that they sell at any craft store.
Yeah. Yep.
It was one
I
of
have
the-
a little man over there.
Yeah,
In the corner.
I have one too. Well,
Artist mannequin is what it's called.
Oh, is that what it's
I
called?
guess the artist mannequin.
Artist mannequin. Okay, well then yeah. And also, I don't have one like that anymore because they make really cool ones that look like almost anime figures, and they're like fully articulated.
Yeah, I love those.
I have one of those, which is way
I think
more
they're
helpful.
called like Body-chan.
Yeah, something like that. I have one of those. But in the dream, there was a wooden artist mannequin, and he was like talking to me, but they don't have like a face on them. So he was talking to me, but there was like no mouth. I could just hear a voice coming from it. And you know what he said to me?
I am Arthur, leader of the Gorgonites.
Oh, from Small Soldiers.
Is that what it said?
Archer
Archer, I think.
or Arthur. Maybe that was his name. Arthur.
Yeah. From Small Soldiers? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably butchered what all of those words were, but you knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. You know what the wooden mannequin told me in my dream?
What did it tell you?
He said, break me. Throw me on the floor and break me.
That's a little disturbing.
Yeah, especially because the voice is like, break me. Throw me on the floor and break me.
You're scaring them, Jacob.
So I did, and it broke into like a few pieces. And then before my eyes, it like the pieces of it floated back up into the air, reassembled, and went back to the exact spot where it was before I picked it up. And then it just went, break me. And it was fucked up. So I fucking
just kept going.
I smashed it again and ran away. I went through the rest of the labyrinth because I knew that it would never end.
It would never end. It would never be able to be broken.
Yeah, exactly. And it would just keep asking me endlessly to break it. And I'm just like, fuck this. But anyways, at the end of like this maze in my garage, there was like a big glowing exit sign, sort of like the one from Pagemaster, but it was not green. It was red like a normal one. But it was like real big and like glowing. And yeah, that was one of the most fucked up dreams I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, I'm glad that we could remind you of that here by finding Pagemaster for some reason.
Yeah. And you know where else you can find a lot of fucked up stuff, Ryan?
Where can you find some fucked up stuff, Jacob?
At People Also Search For. Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast where we answer life's greatest questions and announce the podcast at a random point in the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, that's how podcasters do.
There's going to be an episode where it's like the end of the podcast is us announcing the podcast. We're like, oh crap, we're on 52 minutes. We should announce the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to do it even if you forget.
That's true. That
I mean,
is true.
Anyways,
God, stop.
Anyways, one day we'll
Stop procrastinating the podcast.
We'll be real professional, and we won't forget to introduce the podcast. But
it's a
today
while till we get to that.
We're gonna search for the creepiest pastas of all. That's what it stands for.
The Pastafarians.
That's what SCP stands for. Scary Creepy Pasta Foundation.
Oh!
I cracked the code. Here, there's people also ask, what is the purpose of the SCP Foundation?
The super cow people.
I like how long that took you to come up with your acronym. So what is the purpose of the SCP Foundation? And people also ask. I wonder if it's going to answer it earnestly or tell you
what's the purpose?
Yeah, like according to them.
Well,
take it away, Ryan.
SCP stands for either secure, contain, and protect. The main aims of the Foundation, or a special containment procedure. But what is the Foundation, and what is it protecting and containing? Should we go to the Daily Dot and find out? Or should we just go straight into the SCP Foundation website?
Yeah,
and discover it for ourselves.
Which it's wiki. It has wiki in the name.
It does.
I guess that just means that it's like, letting you know up front that it's fictional.
Yeah, and it's also like a database. All wikis are like databases, right? So
yeah, I suppose like archives of like known like information.
Yes. So scp-wiki.net is where the internet is taking us today.
Yeah, that is the first result. So I mean, we might as well. Warning: the Foundation database is classified. Access by unauthorized personnel is strictly prohibited. Perpetrators will be tracked, located, and detained.
So we got to be really careful when we're searching through this website, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we're basically on the dark web right now.
What? I said right at the beginning of this podcast we would not be going to the dark web. And where are we?
No, we're not. I mean,
we're like next to it. It's like the bathroom stall that's on the back side of the other building,
Sure.
Yep. So we're on the bathroom stall of the internet. The SCP Foundation. So.
We can't, yeah. So basically,
you're gonna have to explain this to me, Because you
I don't think there's
found
anyone
this.
that's able to explain this to anyone. I mean, we're going to try to explain it, but the first thing you should probably do is just go like to the info page. Like, I'm sure they have like an about us.
The About Us, the Guide Hub, user tools, tag search, meet the staff. Oh, we don't want to meet the staff. We don't know nearly enough to ask them these questions. I'm gonna get just Guide Hub.
Oh, there's one that says background at the
background.
Oh,
about the foundation. So okay, we'll tell them about the foundation before we use the foundation to find ourselves some weird thingies.
So it's pretty long, but it says mankind in its present state has been around for 250,000 years, yet only the last 4,000 have been of any significance. So what did we do for nearly 250,000 years? We huddled in caves and around small fires, fearful of the things that we didn't understand.
Sounds like a poem. Fearful of the things that we didn't understand.
It was more than explaining why the sun came up. It was a mystery of enormous birds with heads of men and rocks that came to life. So we called them gods and demons, begged them to spare us, and prayed for salvation. In time, their numbers dwindled and ours rose. The world began to make more sense. And also, there's like a lot of weird superfluous commas.
Yeah.
The world began to make more sense where there were fewer things to fear, yet the unexplained can truly never go away. As if the universe demands the absurd and impossible. Mankind must not go back into hiding in fear. No one else will protect us, and we must stand up for ourselves. While the rest of mankind dwells in the light, we must stand in the darkness to fight it, contain it, and shield it from the eyes of the public, so that others may live in a sane and normal world. We secure, we contain, we protect.
The administrator.
The administrator.
So we now read the mission statement? No, I'm just kidding.
So that is like a manifesto in a sense, but which it's funny because like they're not telling you like that it's like fictional at all. They're just like giving you like the mission statement of like what their foundation does as if it were real. But there is an actual mission statement operating clandestine and worldwide. Foundation operates beyond jurisdiction, empowered and entrusted by every major national government with the task of containing anomalous objects, entities, and phenomena. These anomalies pose a significant threat to global security by threatening either physical or psychological harm.
Oh my god. The Foundation operates to maintain normalcy so that the worldwide civilian population can live and go on with their daily lives without fear, mistrust, or doubt in their personal beliefs, and to maintain human independence from extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional, and other extra-normal influence. Our mission is threefold.
Yeah, secure, contain, and protect.
Yeah, we've gone over that. That was in
and
the
then let's go
manifesto.
down a little bit more. They got Foundation operations, which includes special containment procedures, operational security, rival agencies, and groups of interest. The Foundation maintains an extensive database, all information regarding anomalies requiring special containment procedures, commonly referred to as SCPs. Primary Foundation database contains summaries of such anomalies and emergency procedures for maintaining or reestablishing safe containment in the case of a containment breach or event. So essentially this website is just filled with thousands of like either stories or like descriptions of objects or places or events.
Yeah.
And they all have like a tag of a number, SCP dash whatever. And really, you know, if anyone, if this is in anybody's wheelhouse, I mean, I suppose if you look through it a lot, you could get some ideas for, excuse me. If you looked through, you know, for a while, you could probably find ideas for like paintings or your own like fictional stories and shit, like, or if you're like writing a script or something, like you could probably find a lot of good inspiration
Yeah, a lot of inspiration on this site.
I
Do you go to SCP series or the Tales?
Well, first I want to actually, because I was thinking earlier that the Bermuda Triangle is something that might be on this, and I wonder if it is. So you can actually search at the top of this site.
Oh, we gotta search for imagination.
That's so weird that that's the one and only thing that came up.
Yeah, especially because we're incognito. It doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah. See, that's how creepy this Foundation really is.
They know what games we've played on our Let's Play channel. They know our phones are listening to us.
More episodes of Imagination coming soon.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
Pretty
it is.
good.
Yeah.
All right. So
If you like homoerotic humor, that's definitely the one you should watch.
yeah, yeah, tagged it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
New for November 2018, a Bermuda Triangle with room for one. But okay, so I don't know if this is giving us. Maybe we should just do pages only instead of pages and forum.
Yeah.
Let me search Bermuda Triangle on pages only. Oh man, it's just as many results. Well, I wrote a tale, the janitor's closet. I don't know if this search bar works.
Well, if you go to the top, there's one like it shows you in bold where it references it. And then there's one that.
Well, this is SCP-603. That's the first sign that's an SCP.
Yeah, so I mean, there's not like it doesn't exist as its own SCP,
but it's mentioned within the SCP in other.
No, that one wasn't.
Oh.
It just had triangle in the.
Oh right. Yeah,
so
I guess the word triangles would.
Yeah, the first two are the only ones that say actually Bermuda Triangle in it, and that one is experiment log. I don't know.
Here we go. This is experiment log 914, part 3, and it says items, one schematic of the USS Cyclops, which was lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay. This is very strange. I think we need to go to the series and see what's in the series, right?
Yeah, I mean...
SCP by series number 1. Okay, so this is just a big old list. So...
Yeah, that's...
So here's what we gotta do. How many numbers are on here? There are... Okay, we're gonna stick within the first 500 for a second.
For a second.
And
we can probably do like a whole series of our podcast dedicated to this, but I don't know if that's a good idea. At least not right now.
Okay, I just want to do this so we can choose. Our maximum is gonna be 500, and I'm on the Google random number generator. So we are gonna generate a number here, and we're gonna go to that SCP.
That's fine with me.
470. Thanks, Google. Back to the job.
Back to the job.
470. So we're going to go down to SCP-470.
You know you don't have to scroll.
And see what it is. I don't have to scroll down the website?
Well, yeah, you can click on the thing on the side, the handle.
Oh, I like scrolling, though. It
yeah,
feels good on my finger. Feels good on my finger.
You sick fuck.
Yeah, I know. You know I
Nexus of abandoned places.
Woof.
SCP-470.
This is exciting. That sounds interesting. Object class Euclid.
Yeah, I've seen that before, and I don't know what that even means. So
I don't either. Addendum 2. Okay.
That's addendum. Yeah.
Addendum.
Did you say addendum?
I said addendum.
Addendum.
I bend them and then I break them.
There's always like a description right there, like
okay,
on all of these SCPs.
Okay, so this SCP, number 470, it appears to be a large abandoned office building in blank dash blank. Yeah, they don't want you to know.
The information is classified.
Mm-hmm. and it has had no registered owner since blank, when it was abandoned with the collapse of the blank corporation. It's totally umbrella. The building is 7 floors, including basement levels, and in general state of disrepair, consistent with its terms of abandonment. Okay. So it's basically just a room.
It says it appears to be or to house a dimensional anomaly, causing its internal rooms to shift and become other locations that have been abandoned for extended periods of time. The ability the ability an outside location to appear within SCP-470 appears to manifest after 20 and 30 years of little to no human observation, interaction, or habitation. This anomaly appears to be limited to the rooms of SCP-470, with the halls remaining primarily stable. Woo! That's creepy. No, not really.
Nah, this seems to be just a room.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff that might make it creepy, but there's a lot of data here on each page of these SCPs.
Whoa! The only thing weird about this room, it's saying that this location appears to be unstable and will flicker, ceasing to exist within the SCP at random points. So it just disappears and reappears randomly, but it's a room.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were in that room, you might just disappear. But maybe we should hit another.
So it was like the Bermuda Triangle of rooms.
It was, yeah. You never want to go into SCP-470 because you will never come out and your ship will sink. Oh, no, I don't want
to... They gave us another 400s.
Yeah, Google's not very random. I would think that would go way further away. But 446? We don't have to travel that far to get to that.
Yeah, this time you can scroll wheel, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's okay. Human mannequin.
Whoa! Oh, God, no, that is weird.
Yep.
Human mannequin.
Oh,
that's so... Break me.
Fuck you.
SCP-446. Human mannequin. Break me.
It is kept to be locked in its case, only removed for testing. Any clothing and accessories must be removed from SCP-446 when not in use. The description is, in its normal state, it appears to be Caucasian female, early 20s, brown hair. 17.78 centimeters at its longest point. At what's longest point? Her hair? Unusually bright blue eyes, light skin, and with a tattoo of
Marshall Mathers.
The Marshall Carter and dark logo on its lower back. 1.7 meters tall. 1 3/4 meters tall. That's like 4 feet. And weighing 52.
So she's a petite girl.
52 point. I'm pretty sure that would be clinically called like a little person or a dwarfism.
Oh.
I think 4 foot is like
how short to be a dwarf? How short to be a dwarf?
Hi-ho,
hi-ho. Or off to work we go. We're 4'10" and have some friends in hi-ho. Yeah, okay, so they're nice. 4'10", yeah.
Yeah. Men and women, what? That's weird. Wouldn't you think it'd be different numbers?
A different number for their height?
Having an adult height under 147 centimeters, which is 4'10".
Yeah. Oh, wait, how many centimeters was the SCP?
Around 4 feet, but because that's 1.75 meters.
Gotcha. So, yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, SCP-446 is anatomically correct, or at least on the outside. All physical characteristics are consistent with a living human, including skin tone and texture, eye color, and clarity.
So it's like a real doll.
Yeah, even body heat. SCP-446 does not respond to communication, however, and also does not breathe or exhibit a pulse. Normally stored lying on its back inside a long aluminum box with a hinge lid. So a coffin.
It's here to get us.
It's the hash slinging slasher.
Break me.
It's the hash slinging, the rash bringing, the dash sing. I don't know what he says, but
a Caucasian female in her early 20s with brown hair.
What are we 2 adult men going to do now?
Scream.
Well, she can't communicate, so that's a little,
It's a little weird.
it makes it a little hard to get anything done. Anyways, I was gonna have you search for something that I just search in their search bar for a hash slinging slasher.
Hash.
I mean, this is
Slinging.
people also search for, after all. Might as well do a couple searches today.
Yeah, we gotta search for a hash slinging slasher. Ode on a slasher.
Well, there's the word hash once, and then like there's no result with hash slinging slasher though.
Yeah, we could
Man,
pick.
that's freaking BS, Ryan.
It's because the hash slinging slasher is real. That's why it can't be on this website.
Search for
Fry cooks are scary, man.
Search for Loch Ness monster.
That's gotta be on here. Loch Ness monster.
That's not how you spell loch. It's an H instead of a K, because loch is the word for lake.
Lochte.
It's a lake.
Loch.
It's the Lake Ness monster.
It's a delicious deep fried potato pancake.
Oh, there is. Oh wait, no. There's something about Loch Ness monster at an SCP-3934.
3934. That's way higher than 500. Oh, wait, is this? This is a picture of the Loch Ness monster, right? It's a Drummond-Rocked.
Yeah, Drummond-Rocked,
Drummond-Rocked,
Scotland.
Scotland.
Drummond-Rocked.
Okay. So we got to see what this is, because this might be Nessie, but we don't know.
I think they're saying there's a I think they're saying that there's a species, and that this also mentions Marshall, Carter, and Dark, LLP. Isn't that the thing that they said the girl had the tattoo of?
Yeah. Man, this Marshall, Carter, and Dark LLP has to be a strange thing. We should look into that.
Yeah, SCP-3934 is a species of amphibious reptiles produced via anomalous means by Marshall, Carter, and Dark, LLP. Marshall, Carter, and Dark, they're creating these monsters, Ryan.
They're half the size of a other Plesiosaurus, and adult male averaging 1.9 meters in length, and adult females averaging 1.7 meters. Oh no!
Isn't that pretty small?
That is pretty small. Well, meter, it's a decent size. It's not gonna scare you.
I thought the Loch Ness monster was supposed to be like gigantic, like a dinosaur.
Well, nobody's ever really seen it. They've just taken pictures of like logs in the water.
The logs in the water.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought from the like tail or whatever you call it, that it was like a big ass like monster.
Yeah, like in Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
Sure.
But then it's like a weird machine it's like a submarine with a head on it, and somebody's doing bad business down under the Loch Ness lake, lake.
Bad business.
Yeah, they're selling drugs down there.
I mean, I'm sure it'd be easy these days to have the technology to like make your own like Nessie and like put it in that lake.
Yeah, you could just have it float around and scare kids when they run by or when they're driving by on their bikes and then they fall down a hill.
It'd be really funny though if it was like it just looked like it was like an inflatable pool toy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Let's see what old Marshall Carter and the Dark LLP is about. That sounds like a legitimate like rap group. Marshall Carter and the Dark LLP.
And Dark Hub.
Yeah. Oh. Well, the first thing on here is, why do rich people care about making money? I mean, I would like to know for sure. The poor certainly need to care about doing so. When one's resources are only enough to scrape by, money is all that matters. It is important for the middle class as well, looking after their spouse, their children. There's a culture of dependence that weighs them down. They gotta get up. The rich want to make money because they can always become richer. There's always another echelon of wealth to rise above. You can always have more. unless you're the richest man in the world. And some degree of opulence that is beyond their grasp. They drive to even further heights, seeking to slake their thirst for coin. They gotta get the coin.
Gotta get that hot coin.
They care about making money simply because they can. To do so, the rich exploit people far below them on the social ladder, the poorest of the poor, to the oil magnate, to the harsh dictator, to the kings and queens and lords and ladies. The common people are specks of dirt.
Cold as ice.
Yeah, you don't want... It's these people, rich people don't seem like people I would want to hang out with.
Not at all.
They just want more. That's all that they ever want. But, all right. Is to Marshall, Carter, and Dark are rich unto ants. This is a very strange place, this Marshall, Carter, and Dark.
Little scary. The last sentence just says it's all about playing the game.
Yeah.
Man, fuck the game.
Yeah, we're playing the internet. It's not really a game. The internet is...
It's kind of a game.
It's kind of a game, but it's also
Haven't you ever
kind
heard
of a brain. It's like the brain of the Earth at this point.
Haven't you ever heard of a Wikipedia race?
I have.
That's a game.
That's true. That is absolutely a game. And, you know, the people should do an SCP network race, but I don't know if it's possible because there's not enough hyperlinks. You'd actually have to type stuff into the search bar, and then you never know when you're gonna find or where you're gonna find yourself.
Yeah, let's try out the good old random number generator again.
Google, spin your generator.
Google, toil and trugle.
Google, toil and trugle. Spin your generator, and then we will flugel.
We will flugel.
We're going to flugel right now. Flugling right on over to 315.
Starting to sound like an episode of Rick and Morty. Like
Yeah.
flugels and shit.
We're going to be flugel.
It's a flugel! Ah!
He's about to play a flugel.
Flugel, you're such a flugel. Yeah, I like doing that stuff and dancing around.
Okay, 315. Here we go. I'm scrolling. I'm doing it. All right, 315. The recorded man. We're talking about all kinds of mans today. We got the mannequins and we got the recorded man.
And the boy
You know what they're recording, Jacob? Break me. That's what they're recording.
You're never going to let me live that one down.
No, I will.
I will.
I don't want to bring this up too much. It's scary.
Yeah, it's freaked up.
Yeah, it's really a little bit. Okay.
Description. Object consists of a set of 95 standard 8.5 gigabyte recordable DVD format discs, all arranged in a stack of black plastic spindle. Examination of the label side of each disc reveals no manufacturer's name. Printed into each matte label is the title POC 1 out of 1. That's not a dash, Ryan. That's a slash.
Oh.
Beneath this. Sorry to be so pedantic about that. But
You're right. It is a slash.
Beneath it, this, well, specifically it's a forward slash. Anyways, beneath this, each disc carries a unique symbol or glyph. No two discs carry the same symbol.
No!
That was probably very annoying.
I don't know if anybody's gonna. You may as well. We should at least change the pitch of that and make it into a song.
Oh my god,
that'd be awesome.
If an unwatched disc is played in a DVD player, the video begins. There's a video.
And then you die 7 days later.
Scene displayed as a well-furnished living room with a chair in the center. Sitting in the chair is a Caucasian male. SCP-315-1. So there's a different Oh wait, no. This is just a part of because it's the same number. Appearing to be around 40 years old.
Wait, so a Caucasian man just appears in the corner of the room after you play this DVD?
No, it says the scene displayed is that.
Oh, okay. I bet he's gonna walk towards the screen slowly and then stick his hand through the screen and start crawling out of the TV at you.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then you're like, wow, these 3D glasses are crazy, man. And then he like takes your head and he grabs you and pulls you into the screen.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to stay with him in a dark room.
He will demonstrate the ability to react and converse with anyone watching the video feed. So that's kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
He will respond to any question put to him, appears to be able to see environment outside of the video screen, and appears to enjoy discussions and debates with viewers.
Dang.
I'm really peeing my pants in terror right now, Ryan.
These things could be real. Nobody really knows.
Nobody knows, Ryan. It could be real. Let's see what number we get next. Let's just start.
Let's go. Let's rapid fire.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's do some rapid fire ones.
83. That's a low one. That is a low number.
How low can you go?
83. Okay, so we got an abandoned row home. That doesn't sound that interesting. So we're just gonna rapid fire back. 319.
Oh man, that's
319.
So close.
We're gonna have to get to it. Okay, here we go. Made it to 319. A curious device. Ooh, that sounds a little better. I could click that one. I'll click that one.
I hope it's a prostate massager.
It looks like, oh my god, you pull the lever on this and it massages your prostate so hard. Yeah, that's what it does. It looks like something that would summon a Frankenstein.
Summon a Frankenstein?
Yeah, it would summon a Frankenstein.
Oh my god.
He would come and he would do your taxes.
So, like, Victor Frankenstein?
Yeah, Victor Frankenstein.
Not a Frankenstein's monster.
No, Victor Frankenstein. It summons the actual doctor.
Oh man, I can't glide past that without telling you. I'm about 2/3 of the way through Penny Dreadful right now. It's on Netflix.
Is that about Frankenstein?
He's in it. You never watched it?
I have not. You should tell us about it real quick.
You don't know anything about Penny Dreadful?
No, man. I think I've heard the name before. It's got a very, the name rolls off your tongue. It's got a je ne sais quoi, you know?
Weird.
Penny Dreadful. Just feels good to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I thought you had seen it for some reason.
What's it about?
It's about a bunch of different, like, classic literature, like, characters. They're all like in the same like universe.
Yeah.
So there's like Dorian Gray and Victor Frankenstein, and there's a werewolf, and there's like witches, and there's about to be Dracula.
That's crazy. It's like the MCU of classic horror creatures.
Yeah, and I know they're not all from the same time period, but
sounds cool. I would definitely want to watch that.
It's a really dark show. Like, it's really a bummer.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, there are tits in it though. So
oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's
I know people like tits.
Yeah,
because
that's
of
a
Game
perk
of
of Game of Thrones. It's like everybody expects it now. Like, if you want to be a #1 rated show, you're gonna have to have some tits.
There's also tits in that new Witcher show too.
Oh yeah? I haven't watched that either. Game of Thrones I did watch some of.
Yeah, Witcher's sweet. I watched it in one day on New Year's Day.
Dang, that means it's got to be good.
Yeah, it was like, I think there's 8 episodes and they're all like an hour long, so it just took me like the whole day almost to watch it, but it was pretty fucking good.
If it was worth it, then you should go and watch it. Should we go ahead and generate another number? Rapid fire.
Go ahead.
Ooh, a 74. 74. We're on our way back. Why does it keep giving me numbers on opposite ends of the spectrum? 74. Quantum woodlouse. Ew. A woodlouse, but like...
I like the ones that have pictures.
This doesn't have pictures? Okay.
Although it doesn't matter because a lot of the people aren't watching this on YouTube.
I mean,
so.
we could go back and find another one.
No,
rapid fire. You want to know?
I mean, you could at least see what it is first.
Okay, let's see what it is.
Just go down to the description.
It's an organism which uses various quantum properties at a macroscopic scale, in other ways modifies the standard laws of physics within its immediate vicinity. The specific nature of these modifications appears to be linked to the extent to which humans in SCP-74's vicinity are aware of the precise details of the physical laws which SCP-74 modifies, such that research to determine whether SCP-74 has a given property or capability results in SCP-74 developing or manifesting that property or capability. It is very vague.
Yeah, a lot of these are. It's repeatedly manifested the ability to spontaneously materialize at locations such as 3 meters outside its primary containment. This is believed to be or analogous to quantum tunneling.
It seems like these SCPs are just popping up all over the place and then just disappearing.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of stuff where things like teleport.
You know, I bet like like extinct things are on this list too, because it's like eventually people are gonna be like, did they actually exist or was it just made up on the internet? Like dodo birds or something. It's like we know those are just extinct.
I mean,
one day they won't know.
I mean, you could look up something that's extinct. Like, I'm sure it doesn't have, like, dinosaurs and shit on there. Because dinosaurs were real.
I can just type in extinct on the SCP. Nothing's extinct on the SCP. Which means everything's still alive.
Yeah.
Everything on the SCP is still around.
This fucking ad just popped up.
Yeah.
All right. Go get a number now.
Okay.
Let's move on, and we'll give the people a few more adventures into the SCP.
Okay, 107. 107. Okay. At least we don't have to travel too far for 107. We haven't been in the hundreds yet, so that's nice. Ooh, the turtle shell. That doesn't sound that weird, but wow. That is.
That one's a photo.
That's a little bit. That's a little weird. That looks kind of like It reminds me of an Easter Island, but wearing a giant Mexican hat that has blood on it.
Wow, it doesn't look like that at all.
It doesn't.
It looks more like a mushroom, but to me, it looks like it's a modern art sculpture that's like ceramic.
Yeah, but could have been really old and made a long time ago.
The description is it resembles the top section of a hollow turtle shell. The shell is composed of hardened biological material of unknown origin. Despite its appearance, whether the material is derived from a shell or of a standard sea turtle is as yet unknown. The item is completely inert until the inside of the turtle shell comes into contact with liquid. When it does so, said liquid appears to be absorbed very quickly. Where the liquid drains to is unknown, given the lack of visible pores on the inside of the shell. Once active, the red edge of the shell glows dimly, and the substance placed into the shell begins to precipitate in the atmosphere and fall as rain in the area, but less than 10 kilometers from the object. The phenomenon is mobile. Moving SCP-107 will move the area of effect along with the exclusion zone. It's a magic weather machine.
Jacob, it's an artifact whose thirst can never be quenched. It just shakes in the water over and over again, and they never know where it goes.
They do. They just.
What if they threw it into the ocean?
It said that the water precipitates out of the air right above 10 kilograms.
But it's
not kilograms, kilometers.
So basically, if you threw this thing into the ocean, the entire ocean would turn into precipitation above it.
It says
and the ocean would then be airborne.
It said the amount of liquid in the place in the shell, 10 milliliters of water, resulted in just under half an hour with a light drizzle.
This thing sounds like a nuclear weapon.
No, it doesn't.
You throw it into the ocean, and the ocean turns into rain that will drown all of the people in which it rains upon. Is that what this article is saying?
Well, if it was in the ocean, it would rain from above the ocean, so it would just go back into the sea.
But what if the clouds move rapidly? It's like really windy that day.
All right.
Like a summer night
in
the Mediterranean Sea.
What a terror that would be.
But you know what else a terror might be? We're gonna generate. Oh, should we go? Let's try and get something in the 200s.
Sure.
Hey, Google's coming through. We got a 265.
They heard you.
They knew it. Yeah, they listened to my cell phone. Okay, 265. And we've got 265. The Black Volga. Now, I have no idea what the Black Volga is. But, ooh, okay. Here we go. Okay, so the Black Volga. It appears to be a series of one Gaz M21 Volga automobile. Oh, devoid of any license plating, logos, or other identifying marks. It is painted black and white rimmed wheels.
Black with white rimmed
Yeah,
wheels.
it's painted black with white rimmed wheels and appears to be in pristine condition, regardless of environment. Interesting. So some accounts note that it has white curtains and all, but the front window, and note that the production of the Gaz M21 ceased in 1970, with Series 1 being produced between 1958 and 1959. So this is like a car that they don't know if it exists or
It
not.
says it's absent of human occupants and appears to travel under its own power.
Yeah.
Isn't there goosebumps about that?
The car, yeah. Well, and it's also like kind of like Carrie, like that Stephen King.
Oh yeah, that's
The
right.
car has it's alive and it tries to kill people. Except this one just seems like it's drifting through life, you know? This is the vagabond of cars, like in the Carrie universe.
Mm.
In the Disney Cars universe.
So it's not necessarily like a malicious car.
No, he's just hanging on out. He's just driving down the old open
it's
road, letting out his stress.
It commonly elicit dread and paranoia in subjects such as following lone travelers,
Oh!
idling in home driveways for a short while before driving off. This is the most like creepy pasta sounding one that I've heard so far.
It's yeah. I would be scared if I saw a car parked in my front lawn or in my driveway like this,
And there was no one driving it.
There was no one driving in it. It was on, and then it just like drove away without a driver.
I know,
but you know that could be the future, man, with these self-driving cars.
Yeah, I mean that's.
It's like you call an Uber and it pulls up into your driveway, nobody's in it, and then you go and sit in it. You can't even have a casual conversation. You just have to freak out a little bit until you get to your goddamn Starbucks for a Frappuccino.
I don't even want to have the conversation. And they actually added that as a function now. You have to answer whether you want the driver to talk to you or not.
On Uber?
Yeah, it's either Uber or Lyft. I heard it on another podcast. You have to put if you want a quiet car ride or a like casual chat.
Man, the saddest Uber driver. Like, he's just sitting in the car and he's like, all right, I'm going to drive somebody somewhere. I'm going to get paid. And I'm going to have, they're just like a really extroverted person. And then they pick the person up and they look at their phone and it's like, don't talk to me. And it happens to him all day. I would be a sad man. Like, I'd be really sad.
Oh, if everyone said they don't want to talk?
Yeah, you would just feel like the worst Uber driver. Like,
There's probably
like,
a lot of people...
Nobody likes me.
There's probably a lot of people that do that, though.
I'm sure they do. Most people don't want to talk to their chauffeur.
I mean...
I would. I like talking to them.
I feel like I've talked to, like, every driver that I've been in an Uber of. I mean, sometimes they're just like naturally like solemn and they don't really talk to you at all. Like they just say hi and then they're like, so we're going here, and they're like, yep, and then they just don't say anything else, which that's probably what I would do. Like I would err on the side of not like being intrusive on people's lives, but that's because I'm a little bit overly like considerate sometimes.
Yeah. It might be awkward for like them too, because if it's somebody who doesn't like to have like long conversations or like lead conversations, but somebody tries to start one, it would just go nowhere and then be awkward for the rest of the time.
Well, the worst thing about it though is that there's a potential that you have to like talk to the people because they said that they want to like chat or whatever.
Oh, that's true.
Then you feel obligated, and like someone like me, I hate small talk, and I'm not good at it because it just feels annoying to me, like, you know.
And then like the talking ends up getting charged for eventually. So it's like, if you want somebody to talk to you during this trip, you're gonna have to pay 30 cents a mile.
If you want your driver to read you a bedtime story while you're driving, it's gonna be an extra $2.50 surplus
if
or
you
a
would like
surcharge.
to, if you would like to have your driver change your child's diaper while driving, that will be an extra charge of $5.99. It could be a million things on there, Jacob. But if your Uber driver doesn't exist, there's no option for any of these things. And listen, if you're taking an Uber through a McDonald's drive-thru and you have no driver, who's going to order the food?
You gotta scream from the passenger seat.
And how's it going to know when to stop when you're at the window to pick up your delicious McNuggets?
Oh, Ryan, trust me. It knows.
It's got like a fast food radar like thing on the side of the car so it can sense when you're next to a window and it stops.
It reminded me of there's an episode of a regular show where there's like a sentient golf cart that they become friends with. Oh man, and there's kind of like a twist ending to it, and it's just so fucking funny. Like, it's one of the funniest episodes of that show I've ever seen.
Sentient golf cart. Oh man, I want to watch that now.
But it does sound like they're describing this SCP as it's like sentient.
Wow. Yeah, it does. It's definitely a person.
Which if it's sentient, you know,
Can it love?
Can it love? I don't know.
It's just parking in your driveway hoping for it to find its true love and the passenger that fits its seat just perfectly. And every time it goes away without anyone getting in it, it blows one puff of smoke out of the exhaust, and it's shaped like a heart, and then it just breaks and slowly falls down onto the ground. It dissipates.
Oh, man.
That's the story of the car.
I mean,
it's the story of SCP-265.
It says that it like would follow people around, so
yeah,
it sounds like it's a mean, like it sounds like it's a bully car. So I don't think it's,
or it's like a creepy stalker that's like really trying to get somebody's phone number.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe
it's just like really nervous and it doesn't want to have a direct conversation with them, so it's like creeping around them, and then like when they turn around, it hides behind a bush.
Yeah, like
it drives into a bush.
You're just walking around like you don't really hear anything, and all of a sudden you just hear like, and you turn around and like it's like vertical, like behind a telephone pole.
Yeah, exactly. And then like you could be like walking past like a small orphanage of children, and then like you turn around and the children are now crossing the street at this time, and then the car rams through the children to hide behind the children and kills half of them, and there's just a bunch of dead children behind you. It's just that nervous to talk to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
They took that into a really dark direction.
Yeah, I mean that's what the SCP is all about.
I suppose it is. It's mostly pretty dark. Oh, you know what you should do now?
Yes.
Is real quick, you should search for Slender Man on there.
Okay. We'll do that real quick before we need to go on our way. Slender Man. Slender MSN. Slender Man. Oh, of course there's going to be stuff all over Slender Man on here.
There's no SCP of it, though.
Yeah, it's
and
because
there's one
he's real.
that says, like, it's not Slender Man.
It's not Slender Man.
I don't know.
It's not Slender Man.
I don't know what the context is, though, because it's just, like, one sentence.
It's not Slender Man.
I think maybe it's like a story.
Maybe.
Oh my God.
Boy. That's a big can of worms.
It's just like a bunch of links.
Yes, this is just a series of links. Wait. Don't click. It's classified. ! ! ! ! ! ! ! ! ! ! ! !
I don't even see Slender Man on the
No, it's not on here at
list
all. Oh. That's weird. Oh shit, this juice is banging, yo. It's paint, asshole. What the heck? That's stupid. That's a stupid picture we just found.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to describe that one. That was disgrace to the Slender Man. That shouldn't be in the same place.
It seems like Slender Man is mentioned on like within this website, but there's no it's not its own SCP.
No.
Which is a little sad, Ryan. It's a little sad.
It's a little bit sad.
Slender Man's gonna be, real choked up about not being an SCP.
Yep. I'm sorry, Slender Man. You didn't make the cut, baby.
So what is
You have to go home to Illinois.
Do you know what creepypasta is like specifically? Is this essentially like creepypasta, and is creepypasta like this website where it's just a bunch of like an archive of like random stories and shit?
I think creepypasta is mostly just stories people have made up about things that could exist, but not real. What, search for creepypasta?
Yeah, just
on the SCP?
No, not on this. Like just a Google search, like so I know what it is, and so our listeners know what it is, Ryan.
So they know. Okay, creepypasta. The first thing is creepypasta wiki. Yeah, see, this has Slenderman on it. It's the first thing on here.
Well, you searched for creepypasta wiki.
Yeah, so people also ask, why do they call it creepypasta?
I want to know what it is.
You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Creepypasta, what is? Because it doesn't matter what the order is on Google. Okay, what is the definition of creepypasta?
Creepypastas are horror-related legends or images that have been copied and pasted around the internet. These internet entities are often brief user-generated paranormal stories. Oh, so this is like the subreddit No Sleep, essentially.
Yeah.
They include gruesome tales of murder, suicide, and other worldly occurrences. So there's no actual like creepypasta.com. That's what I was confused about.
Oh, okay. Well, they have creepypasta.fandom.com. It's probably just
But it's more just like
story.
Yeah, they're just like internet stories.
They're internet tales from the crypt.
And doesn't it have isn't it called creepypasta because it has something to do with copying and pasting? Because they said copied and pasted around the internet. And there's like copy paste.
Yeah, it's probably like scary stories that have flown through the internet by people copying and pasting it. That makes sense. Yeah. So it's like how it got viral, like how they get viral type of thing. Like a chain letter.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like how creepypasta characters there underneath Slender Man, Jeff the Killer, Squidward Tentacles, Pinkie Pie. It's like, what?
Oh, man. I think I've seen the SpongeBob one before with Squidward Tentacles in it.
Well, there's like stories too. Like they're not just images. Like there's a creepypasta of like the Rugrats origin, like how like Angelica's not like she's like insane and schizophrenic type of person. And none of the other like kids even are real. Like,
oh yeah,
like Phil and Lil are like dead or something, or they like murdered each other or some shit like that.
Yeah, and she's just insane.
Yeah. So I mean, I've heard
Tommy Pickles is like a carrot that she carries around, and it has like googly eyes glued to it.
Is that really from the?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wish, man. We should read a creepypasta on here sometime.
Yeah, maybe we'll get into creepypasta in a different episode and find out more about it.
It sounds fun. I would like to know all the different ones.
Yeah, I might have to go find SpongeBob creepypasta later tonight because...
you need something erotic.
No, actually, I just think that would be funny to read a story about like some fucked up like... SpongeBob universe.
Oh, I agree, man.
But until that time, we're starting off 2020 real strong here on People Also Search For.
This has been a podcast with Jacob and Ryan from the People Also Search For podcast. Brought to you by the People Also Search For podcast.
Yeah.
From the People Also Search For Utility Cave.
Yep, and don't forget to find us on YouTube and give us a good old subscribe. Maybe even ring that bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
And just leave us a comment, you know?
Yeah.
If you're just the YouTube, or if you're just a podcast listener, you know, go over there and leave us a comment about the podcast. You know, maybe watch one of our Let's Plays that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, that'd be good.
Yep.
That'd be great. Magi Nation.
So, do that stuff, and we'll keep going strong on People Also Search For.
Yeah.